Don Quixote, the man of La Mancha? Hear me now, O thou bleak and unbearable world, thou art base and debauched as can be. And a knight with his banners all bravely unfurled now hurls down his gauntlet to thee. I, Don Quixote, the Lord of La Mancha, my destiny calls and I go. And the wild wind of fortune will carry me onward, whithersoever they blow. Whithersoever they blow, onward to glory I go.
It is the same thing with your phone messages, your text messages, your email. There is this energy who has been masquerading as you, collective. There is someone else in particular in the energy. I don't know if this other party has been calling you on the phone, or again, maybe they think that they have been text messaging you or corresponding through emails. But whichever route that this is, where they think that they are talking with you, they're not. Nope, it is not you that this other party has been speaking to. Unbeknownst to them, they have been conversing and interacting with your hacker, with the person who has been blocking your communications. This hacker energy, they have been pretending to be you as they speak with this other individual. This outside party, they believe they have been exchanging words and thoughts and ideas with you. And all the while, you have no idea that this has even been happening. This hacker energy, they are obsessed with keeping you stuck. They want you trapped in a little bitty box that only they have the key to. So this is one of the ways that they go about blocking you. It feels like they are hyper-fixated, in fact, on stopping you from ever developing a relationship with any other person, whether it is romantic or even platonic.
3, 2, 1, ignition.
Jack's
Paladin.
astronaut. Exposed to inappropriate levels of solar energy.
Sunlight makes him the world's smartest man.
I know everything! I want that brain. Take it out.
Heat Vision, the motorcycle with the mind of Jack's unemployed roommate. Together they run for their lives, blocked at every turn by adventure.
Move out, don't mess around. Move out, you bring me down. Move out, I forget about, don't make the sound. Just move out.
Now let's just power. For real.
Hi, this is Jack from Star. Hello, DEA. Hi, DEA. I love you, DEA. You're really doing better. My hand to God, I don't mean to be facetious. I don't mean to be facetious or condescending to any of you, especially not you, Mr. Baldwin. And yeah, I'm sorry I cheeked off in front of your kids. That was rude, but to be fair, they should be able to get used to that. Anyway, so I'm reaching out to DEA. Hi, DEA. Okay, so about this rewrite. To some extent, you're going to want to have something public. Okay? Consistently rewriting it every time you discover that they were wrong and you're still wrong and you're going to be wrong for a while longer. So you're going to scoop it up into another Defense Budget Reauthorization Act and slide it under the bathroom door while a page blows Tommy Huckins. Whatever. That's good for now. But a total rewrite is probably called for and due, if not overdue, and as well entirely beyond your conception of alphabets. Oh God. Anyway, I was just breathing a lot of plastic combustants because I'm sitting by a fire where they were burning garbage, because apparently that's how DEA handles delicate evidentiary requirements involving people you want to turn to glass again. Pfft. Anyway, hi DEA. I love you, DEA. Hang on, I have to talk to a man about an hour. Hi DEA. Hi. So as I was saying, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. And tracking movements of products and sales. Jesus wept on Christ fucking. Okay, hi DEA. You need to give all of the Barnetts, not the Barnes, the Barnetts, you need to give them all a pass. Just, oh, Jesus wept. Oh my God. Just, oh, for fuck's sake. Here's a book, Secret Language of Luck. Okay, look, I get that people are pissed, but destroying the objects of my house and then having extraterrestrials from beyond the heliopause bring them back and leave them scattered about a haunted church on top of a whatever. Just because you have military authorization and just because it's funny and are you here? Oh, bro. Oh, hey. I just heard from he said it'd be about an hour. Cool. Yeah. And then I'm talking to my phone, but don't worry about what you hear. So, hi DEA. Diplomatically, the way that you do your Controlled Substances Act in 1974, it's stupid. It's stupid. It's insipid. It's asinine. And for now, it works. Good for you. Hooray! You should give yourself a medal. And the people who occasionally are murdered and then brought back to life through a combination of technologies that are going to be referred to in the future as abhorrent are karmically just and divinely authorized. So I really can't say much about what I think about what you're doing officially, since I'm not really in a paladin. I'm just a needle junkie, you clandestine fuck. But I'm not overly upset with the situation, considering, once again, it does work, so I don't have to. And I don't think that in the future there's going to be more of this kind of thing, unless anybody is really stupid and thinks that they're going to be, oh, I'm so smart, I'm going to do things this way. Like, I mean, people are going to think that, and they're going to look at your laws and your regulations and their unwritten rules of quorum and decorum and say, oh, I got a great idea. What if we put it up her butt and then light it? I mean, the great American spirit, or rather experiment, that has allowed the Constitution to thrive and flourish and create wondrous advances in civilization throughout the cosmos, allegedly, doesn't work without free speech and free exchange of ideas and a certain amount of laissez-faire economic hands-off control of the black and gray market, by which I mean people got to get their gack one way or another. And if commerce using $100 bills is outlawed, the trade will change to sex, which it was doing that already, and outlawing that will lead to unregulated explosions of cryptocurrency boom and bust cycles that at this point can bring down entire nations' economies, with or without helicopters. And to allow this kind of fucking nonsense to continue and bring the world to its knees while anarchy reigns supreme over the landscape, you know, that might be a bomb-ass idea. Certainly, they made 3 Mad Max movies at least about it, and I wouldn't really mind a future that leads to Metal Storm Part 2, the redemption and redestruction of Jared Sin. I don't mind all that. What I do mind is that, number one, how the fuck am I supposed to get a bag of weed when you keep stealing it? And then number two, I'd like to see my girlfriend again in one piece without looking through a fucking aura telescope. someday, after the mandated 6 years of separation are elapsed. Thank God for you, Mama. Girlfriend Allison Francis Shaw, maybe you've probably heard of her, DEA. DEA, meet Allison. Allison, I'm working. The reason I mention this is because I haven't seen her for a while and I can't talk to her. And I'm living in a haunted church on a haunted graveyard that's got shitloads of money coming up out of the ground. And instead of being able to buy a goddamn sandwich, let alone a fucking bag of weed, I've got an odd amount of triangular, golden triangle trade kind of bartering things where people do stupid shit to get stupid prizes. Just for the sake of getting somebody else to make something that they could make themselves, but by law, they have to pretend they don't know how to do. And then the upshot of all of this hop skipping and rope jumping is that there's ample opportunity for superluminal beings to come down to Earth and add a little bit of fairy dust to the goddamn bag so that when it gets into the pipe, ooh, I said pipe, ooh. There's all these wonderful ways that it can be altered and changed in ways that are not well understood by either chemists or politicians, but are intimately and immediately and immensely obvious to anybody who knows what the fuck they're doing. And said members of such a group include members of our great military. Thank you, guys. I'm going to assume all the members of the Hells Angels Club who have eschewed motors and gone to light speed several times and have all passed their lift smack, gobsmack test. Yeah, I'm sure they know all about it. And then batshit crazy Totzla's covens of witches and warlocks. Hi, guys. They probably know too, although the last one I met didn't. And so if you're going to have this kind of a framework, hi DEA, if you're going to have this kind of framework that gives you the authorization to run roughshod over the fucking countryside and put your noses in people's hole, you're going to make the whole fucking country into a revivalist tent where you're always constantly sticking your camel's noses under the edge so you can get in there and grab people's children and fucking sell them like you do. You might as well just make it a lot simpler and have like a single piece of paper with maybe 9, maybe 11 rules for conduct and codes of chivalry and commerce so that you don't have just a bunch of fucking nonsense all the fucking time. Like I'm not saying you need to legalize crystal. It's already legal, dumbasses. Sorry, not you, DEA. I was speaking to Congress. It's not getting any better by continually making it more complicated, since the complexities of the crystal, as well as the strain of making different kinds of cannabis, along with, oh, hey, did you know there's this entire third branch of the plant that only grows in Afghanistan, and then you can't get it in America because if you bring in the seeds and tell anybody you have them, then they'll hang you. Like, what the fuck? Oh, that's right. That's how you do things. Thanks, DEA. Thanks. It's at least it's 3 letters and not 4. Dare me to count to 5. Jesus Lord. Now, the reason why I sound so blasphemous and irritated is because I'm looking at a picture of me as a baby sitting on Santa's lap next to a book called The Secret Language of Luck, of which I used to have 2 copies, and now I have maybe, I don't know, but this is no way to handle an esoteric library of rare magical texts that was supposed to be on a series of bookshelves in my house that got compromised when somebody, Belgab, decided that they were going to challenge little Michael Kuzi for title of world's biggest loser. You guys you made it. You've won. Whatever. Now, obviously I have a job. and it's called Cleaning Up Your Mess, Belgab. Congress, you have a job too. You probably do something about that CSA 1974. Hi, what year is it? It's 2026. It's 52 years later, and I've got dead women using my house as a Hearthstone location to respawn at, which they do when I'm not here, so that I don't see them before their wedding. And this is done so the locals don't get upset about their culture being annihilated, which I don't mind. I mean, considering what happens to culture when they're annihilated, they don't come back anymore. Rare and exquisite groups of wonderful beings should be protected, and they are. And here in Castle Rock, well, actually, this isn't Castle Rock. This is outside town in unincorporated Coles County, best county. I can see why the sheriffs had troubles. I can see why I walked into this house 4 days after the ambush for a civil standby that was fucked. And in spite of how personally disappointed I might have been, I haven't really complained. Yeah, these aren't complaints, believe me. I haven't hired a lawyer and gone after redress, and I haven't really minded that. Oh, another day, another assassination. That's fine. I'm rated for that. But the way it looks and the things that's being done to other people, it's not at all, number one, preventing anybody from buying and selling drugs. Number two, it's not making anybody want to quit them. If anything, sounds like a real good time, doesn't it? And then it's also definitely not at all getting me any closer to getting hugs with or without sweetie number 1 or 2 through 7. And since I don't really need a hug, what I need is a functional government along with a relatively intact civilization. I don't really mind, since I'm sure you're all doing the best you can. Once again, thanks DEA and Ada Baldwin. You're right to be disgusted, dude, for sure. And then I don't really want this to be like this at all either. But in case anybody's wondering why I'm here, it's not so I can keep on smoking gack. If I wanted to keep on with that kind of activity, I wouldn't do it here. I would do it elsewhere, and then I would come here, and then I would laugh at people who are trying to do it here, since this is not that kind of place. It's my residence. Fucking really required. Anything else? No. Oh, hey, George Norrie. Congratulations. You're fired. Click. Hey, it's Jack. I'm a star. I'm not super enthusiastic about what I'm about to do because I don't want to have to fucking bother. I don't want to have to spend the next 20 minutes talk about this dipshit. See, I'm already too profane. I don't know his name. There's apparently 4 of them. They go by the names Larry, Barry, Harry, maybe Carrie. They're misogynists, They're sexist. They're abusive. They're abrasive. They're corrupt. They're caricatures of what a person should be. And there's actually 5 of them. It's kind of hard to describe. Actually, there's 6 of them.
Who he's in the Page of Wands. He may not be a fire sign, but he is in the Page of Wands because he's in a very self-righteous energy. His job is to speak, but this person acts as in his behavior, his beliefs.
It's Jeff. It's Matt. It's Michael. It's Mike. It's Dave. It's David. It's that fucking guy who makes it easy for people to mistake him for me, who works with other men, who abuses and disrespects other people, who takes advantage of weaker people, and who hides in the background, which is really the foreground now. And he's been doing all this shit for fucking years. I'm fucking sick of it. If I knew where these fucking people were, I would beat the shit out of them in alphabetical order.
But this person...
I've seen it. He's the former colleague and former spouse and former paramour and former partner of a bunch of fucking people. A bunch of covert military assets who change roles back and forth over and over and over. He's been doing this for fucking years. For fucking years. It's fucking sick.
Content
no.
That he even produces. Like,
I've never seen him do anything to protect women. For example, I haven't seen Grapefruit in nearly 5 years. This guy has not passed one message. This guy has not done anything to indicate that maybe there should be some sort of a comment. Her fucking clothes are still in the fucking closet. What little left her there. There's a fucking disaster here at this fucking house. The guy has not said one fucking thing about what the fuck. I fucking gave food to her children. Haven't seen him since. And that might be an appropriate thing to do if I really were a person who was a committer of violent offenses. I'm fucking not. In the Kitsap County court system, supposedly, the text messages that I've sent are signs of violent acts. This guy, he's representing himself as not being part of a group of 5 men, one of whom told me that he was in Texas and he was accused of choking out a woman during a fight, which is kind of what happened. As far as I know, he and his fucking cronies have fucking called my fucking phone over and over and over and told me fucking stories over and over for hours. He filled up my fucking phone and my life with his fucking delusional fucking bullshit. His name is Michael Van Dieven.
Through me, Holy Spirit, at this time, what do we need to know? What do we need to hear, see, learn, and understand?
He's out of control.
Because whoever you are, you know,
he's completely insane. He's psychotic.
But you don't know who this person is and why they're stopping you, so let's see what the Holy Spirit wants us to know.
I don't really know that he's psychotic. I don't really know that he's a danger to himself and others. I don't really know that. I do know that it's been fucking years and he's left me to die in this fucking house. I'm fucking watched by a bunch of fucking cop niggers next door. Hi, Scott. I mean, Shane. They fucking burned down the other house next to me. They're watching me all the time. They don't come talk to me because they can't. There's rules of surveillance and shit. The fact that he's let this fucking situation develop and he's back there fucking giggling. Fuck you, Michael Van Dieven. What a fucking dick. It's not really his name. I don't know what his name is. Dave. Oh, don't even get me started on the other people named Dave. It's a fucking cottage industry of fucking loco weed smoking fucking dipshits. I've fucking had it. I fucking had enough. I'm fucking sitting here on the porch. There should be people driving up and saying hello. There should be people saying, "Hey, congratulations, you've won." Well, when I win, he pretends to be me. He knows all the phone numbers. He knows all the technology. He knows all the fucking account numbers. He's a fucking psychotic fucking freak. Something has to be done.
They have made investments, long-term investments, into appearing as somebody who cares about others. Someone who is dedicated.
So they do care about others. I don't really want to describe everything that I know about this situation. I know rather a lot about the situation. There's a man and there's a woman. The woman pretends to be a man. The man pretends to be a woman. They take turns. They trade roles. They have children. They have friends. It's a fucking huge fucking psychotic fucking mess. They practice Satanism. They engage in blood orgy. Yay, blood orgy, yay. These are their good points. I like all that stuff. I don't do it myself, but I don't mind a satanic blood orgy. If they start murdering animals, that's not cool. It's also illegal. It's also not cool to pretend that they're not killing animals and to kill animals. But I believe that there are people who engage in Satanism and aren't killing animals. I do. I really do. I don't think they've simply not killed animals yet. I think they just don't kill, and they worship Satan. And in spite of how nonplussed they might be when God wins, who the fuck am I to say? I don't know that they're not looking forward to that. Maybe they're riding Satan's coattail, and then at the end they're going to hop off and turn and face to God. Scusi, milligretti, boom, up to heaven, off they go. Who knows? In America, they get to do that, and it's the job of the federal agents that have been doing so to protect them. The same way I get to do what I do, and I'm protected and allowed to do it, others get to do their thing, and their rights stop where my rights begin, and vice versa. So it's with no lack of thoughtfulness that I'm saying these things. Michael Van Dieven is the fucking devil.
Formidable because of how he has spoken up.
He knows the fucking law.
I'm telling you,
that's for damn sure.
Success, achievement, accomplishment. He is known worldwide, even I'm hearing.
Hi, this is Mrs. Bullpup. I love Michael Van Dieven.
For what he has stated to support and advocate for certain groups of people. That's what it is. That's what I'm hearing. That's the Page of Wands energy.
There is no Mrs. Bullpup.
Okay. Ace of Wands. He's gotten new opportunities in life as a result of this stance he has taken to support women. But somebody knows how he's been behind the scenes trying to restrict you. You could be a prominent air sign. You could have.
I don't know what this guy's doing. He's definitely not working with me. He's definitely not calling me.
I feel like
he's definitely not doing anything. He does occasionally call under pseudomonyms, and then he asks questions to which I freely answer them, and then he hangs up.
This man wants you silenced. He wants you to feel
Weirdo.
And imprisoned. That is a level of feminine slavery. He wants you to be in some sort of paralyzed by fear energy. Two of Swords.
I do feel paralyzed by fear. This guy controls the phones. He controls who I talk to. He calls when he wants. He hangs up when he wants. He asks what he wants. He acts like he's in charge because he fucking is. My life is completely and totally dominated by this fucking psycho fucking freak. Kudos.
You are and what you think.
He doesn't want me to say these things.
That a lot of what you vocalize and what you
shit,
think.
No, he's probably breaking keyboards right now.
But he don't like that it's coming from you. He feels like you should be sitting somewhere.
I don't give a shit what he feels like.
He don't want you to be seen as a powerful. Unwelcome changes. He been behind the scenes fucking up your life.
Yes.
When you should be out here celebrating. You should be out here.
I don't know what the fuck he's done. He's done nothing to fucking talk to me about it.
But he has placed some sort of damper on that. With this 5 of Cups coming out before the 3 of Cups, there are different associations that did not come into play because of what this man has been doing behind the scenes against you.
There are people I'm not talking to. I don't know their names. I don't know their names. I don't know their numbers. I don't know where they live.
Okay, but then he get.
They've come over here. They've disappeared.
I'm for women. We must protect women. We can't let any woman be hurt and harmed. And then he gets into this energy. I'm here. Clarify, Holy Spirit. Queen of Swords. I'm telling you, you got a problem. You might be running Libra, Scorpio. Okay.
I've seen him say that kind of shit before. That's how I know.
With the Queen of Swords,
that's how I know who I'm talking about.
It puts people in alignment, baby. It helps people. Very diplomatic. You try to connect with people who you may have a difference of opinion.
He's molded his entire life after mine.
Lying in front of people acting like
except
righteous.
He's not really this way.
From wrong, and you give people the word and got around, girl.
He's a psychotic freak.
This man be trying to have you in the tower.
Whoever the fuck he is, he needs to be stopped from what he's doing.
Tower, baby. And I don't think I finished my point.
I can't stop him. I don't know where the fuck he is.
This energy of him not just trash about the men who have been exposed for doing those things.
Now, I haven't listened to the recordings on ASGAB that were posted by Inner Reach. Inner Reach is the person I'm talking about. Inner Reach. Hey, Inner Reach. Except it's not Inner Reach. Inner Reach is one of the quincunx of men who play this role. There's Matt, there's Dave, there's David, there's Mike, there's Michael. Michael Deacon possibly not interested in being outed as Steve Warner again, and also probably not interested in getting on the hook for all the things that Michael Van Dieven has done. I'm pretty sure they're both different, but then again, I'm not. They might just, it might just be one fucking guy. And the one guy posted audio recordings of me and Grapefruit and himself on asgab.co.za yesterday. I told him I had better things to do, and I do. I'm listening to this woman and talking about that and talking shit about Inner Reach. Fuck you.
And this man be behind the scenes saying you should not have a partnership with her. Why is this man behaving this way? Please and thank you.
Because he's a fucking psychotic freak.
Put in reverse. Bible one's in reverse. Compromise. End of conflict. Disagreements. Petty squabbling. 11:11 when I looked up, he wanted to squabble up with you, but it's really given. Miss, you were in the 8 of swords, 2 of swords with the 5 of cups. It's been some sort of time moment for him because you still remained in alignment. No matter what he's doing. All this petty bullshit that he's been doing to you behind the scenes, you still have remained upright. So that 7 of Pentacles applies to.
This is what I believe. He doesn't really hate me or hate anybody. What he wants is to get my attention and probably not acknowledge that he's gay and he wants to cuddle with me. Or that he's not that at all and he wants me to want to cuddle with him so he can reject me. Or, like, honestly, I don't fucking know. I honestly don't fucking know. I don't really want to keep doing this. I don't feel, number 1, hydrated. Number 2, nourished. Number 3, good at all about being in this situation. I bet a lot of people haven't felt good about being in this situation. This man's not the only person who dominates and manipulates and controls people. Lots of people do it. Lots of people are doing it appropriately because they're working undercover and they have to pretend to be in that kind of relationship so they can fit in with certain kinds of cults and groups and such. And I'm pretty sure that that's what this is. However, this one's a little different in that I haven't been investigated by anybody except for this guy who's been manipulating the justice system and the domestic surveillance establishment to ruin my fucking life for whatever reason. I think it's because I smoke weed and he's a dick. I like weed.
Publicly. It's like he can see that things are not quite working out, hating on this woman behind the scenes. Clarify what I'm getting, Holy Spirit, because something cut for him. He's been restricted from an opportunity.
Yeah, I don't grow weed. I smoke it. It's legal here. It's a little hard.
Bluefoot in any way. That's not important to everybody because
I'm not even buying it. The fucking shit was
wealthy in mind, body, and spirit. He ain't took your shine from you. Okay, so you may have a prominent 5-star placement too because you ain't responding to really show the true side of yourself. And when things ain't going good,
the true side of myself is I'm gonna fucking hire a goddamn lawyer. I'm gonna get a fucking restraining order against this little bitch. Unless
you've been trying to maneuver.
Report your fucking crimes to the fucking authorities and get a fucking restraining order, you fucking freak.
You see how good it can be, how you can be fulfilled if you fall in alignment with the Most High God and the Holy Spirit. That's what I'm talking to. If you try to balance the light and dark with you can expect to have harmony and balance in being online somehow. So he could be like an Aries Taurus. Okay?
This is the best part. This reader, I've been watching her for some months. She's very good. Mami Wata Tarot. I don't know her URL or whatever, but she's on YouTube. She reads me as a female because I'm the divine feminine in certain media markets. But I have a dick. And most people know that. Dick. And the notion that people shift their gender throughout the course of their business day is not one that most people think about. And for the most part, Mami Wata thinks I'm a woman, which I think is really flattering, actually, that I can be indeterminate or indistinguishable from a female to a woman who's a psychic reader, who's very good. And she's not even wrong. My father was rather emotionally unavailable and spent a lot of time drinking. And my mother, as a dingbat whore, didn't exactly raise me, but she was my primary female influence in my life. And also my best friend, which is why I know that I can call her a dingbat whore when she's dead. She's giggling. It's not that bad to be a dingbat whore. It's not that bad to have feminine characteristics as a masculine. And a masculine can be a divine feminine. They call it the Divine, sacred. Never mind. The alchemy here is confusing, which is why this woman is talking about me, but she uses the feminine pronouns. It's funny.
Regarding certain things, I don't think you realize that there were potential love offers here that this man blocked.
Yeah.
Like it was some people who was in the tower when they heard some of the things that he said about you and why they should not date you. They felt defeated. They didn't know that. It's that type of vibe. But when he, in actuality, girl, you are.
Hear that? She called me a girl. I think that's adorable. I think that's adorable because really, I am a girl. I identify as a 19-year-old female girl. 19-year-old girl. I identify as one. I've said that before. I don't regret it. It is true. There are downsides. I don't think that Michael Van Dieven has raped me, but I know that he has video of it. How do I know this? Well, I'm psychic too.
Similar to what this man say too when it comes to not just protecting and advocating for certain groups, but protecting and advocating for everybody.
Apparently, some people don't like it when I say that I've been raped. And that's too fucking bad, since I have been. It was in this house. I was sleeping. I don't need to get into it right now. I probably should have told the police, except they fucking did it. I probably should have gone to a doctor by now. Maybe tomorrow? Don't think so. I don't want to get into it right now. But whoever engaged in that crime, it was a crime, and whoever knows anything about it, they don't really want me to talk about it. Probably because they think it's cool. Huh, you're going to say that you're... It's weird how... people are weird. People are fucking weird. No, I didn't like it. Yeah, it might not even be a crime. I don't know. It has to do with treaties and jurisdiction and... Well, certainly I learned a lesson. That's for damn sure.
Later, it fractured in my vein and had to be removed. You could qualify for compensation.
Well, not under those
cases are no win, no fee, $0 out of pocket, and we.
I don't get that. I don't get commercials on YouTube that say, if you've been raped by Michael Van Dieven and his online crew of 200 sycophants, you may be entitled to compensation. I know damn well I'm entitled to compensation. I don't know if I want to look into it. I don't want to say to a distributed network of vastly talented and skilled covert military assets, hey, you got to get off work and you got to sacrifice your career and you got to testify and say how you felt when you watched the videotape over and over and over of Michael Van Dieven laughing about Michael Kuzi getting raped. Yeah, oh yeah, well, you got to give up your career. You got to never work again, and you have to be hunted for the rest of your life by all the criminals who are going to know who you are, and then they're going to come after you because you laughed at Michael Kuzi getting raped. Because they wanted to do it, and they didn't get to see the tape. Okay, sign here. Yeah, no, it's a non-starter from start to fucking finish.
Flipped over. Let's see what it is. Oh, we didn't flip over, but look what it is.
It would
Seven
be,
of Swords.
It would be simpler.
About you now, that you are no good. You deceitful.
It would be easier if they could just
you can't trust that hoe. You can't trust
rape me to death over and over. Interestingly, when I was punched in jail in the face by somebody who called me a snitch, they had a partner, sort of. They had a person who was aligned with them, and they were telling me that I needed to go up to the cell that I was asked to, well, insist. The first thing the person who punched me in the face did was tell me to come to their cell upstairs, which is where I was going to be punched anyway. And I didn't. I laughed. And this other guy told me that I should go up there and be a little bitch, because people are assuming that I'm a little bitch when they know certain things about me in the criminal underworld. Apparently getting raped and having it on tape and etc. Apparently that makes me a bitch. But since I didn't give birth and I didn't suckle young, I'm actually not a bitch. And if I wasn't in jail at the time, I don't think that it would have been the same kind of thing. For one thing, I wouldn't have gotten punched in the face. I would have ducked. And for another, let's just say it would have been different. And since I left jail, I haven't heard about charges being pressed. I haven't heard about what's going to be done. Not one fucking thing. My phone's rung a few times with a bunch of calls that I haven't been able to answer because Michael Van Diemen controls my fucking phone, which is probably not a bad thing to do, since most of this story shouldn't be something I can just spill right here on the phone. Hi, I'm on the phone, but I'm not talking on the phone. I'm being recorded by the Google Pixel 6 Google recorder. I got my Google in my Google, and I'm being recorded for posterity as well as analysis by Chinese Secret Service, since Alphabet and Google are owned by China. And I'll just continue talking about this on my little YouTube channel.
That's why so many people who are...
There's this girl I like, and there's this woman I like, and there's this... Wait. I guess when around me, they're both girls, I guess. I don't get to see them. I don't know where they fucking live. I don't know their phone numbers. I can't call up Michael Van Diemen and say, hey, let me talk to your coworker. I want to fuck her. I can't do this. This guy has way too much fucking control over my life. And there's nothing I can do about it other than... I can go to somebody's cell and be able to complain about crying like a little bitch, or I can call 911 and sound like a fucking lunatic, or most of my options here are not palatable. And so if anybody's uncomfortable listening to this or thinks it's stupid, great. I think it's stupid too.
You have helped people determine what path they need to take.
Hey, did you know you might get a big cash payout if you were in a car accident last year?
Right.
What path they need to take. And you don't force anybody to go either way. He is on some, if you ain't doing what I say, if you don't believe the same things, you ain't shit. Something wrong with you, baby. That's how he be acting online now.
He speaks as Jeff in his channel. I don't know what it's called now. I was just listening to it yesterday and today. I don't listen to it often because he has a StreamYard link so people can connect to there and talk to him. I'm blocked. I don't get to participate. Oh, no. That's because he's using my identity constantly, wherever the fuck he wants. I'm his beard. It's the most fucking annoying fucking thing in the fucking world.
Trying to destroy your life. And I feel like he's discovered the same thing, that you are a prosperous, responsible, common sense, centered individual.
Most people do. When they talk to me and they hear what I've had to say, they discover that I'm a reasonably decent person. I give good advice. I've been raped. I'm a mother. I always will be. It's a little weird, sure. Doesn't happen every day, thank God. And the people who have been taking advantage of me, they've been passing me back and forth like a bong at a frat party. Oh, I'm going to hide behind his name, blah, blah, blah. They do this fucking shit, and it's their fucking... That's not even the bad part. It's their fucking job to do that. They're working clandestine operations. They need to fucking pretend to be somebody. I'm their beard. Or at least I was. Now that I'm publishing this, it's not going to work quite the same way. Oh yeah, that's the best part. These multiple men who have been pretending to be me in certain circles, I don't know what kind of fucking diseases they have, but they've all had sex with each other, as well as a bunch of different women. I'm not having sex with any of them. And yet the story and the medical records are under my name. So... it's a bit of a fucking mess.
Somebody specifically that was not correct, was not legal, even some of the things they was doing. It was 22 when I look back up. So some of this stuff this King of Wands been saying and doing against you behind the scenes is very defamatory. You know, to be out here claiming somebody got STDs that they don't have, and it can easily be proven that they are clean as a whistle.
Yep.
2244, I'm telling you, you're divine. If anybody was going to partner up with somebody and commit to them, you are the ideal choice. I'm telling you, it's a number of men he has worked hard to dissuade from dating you, baby. But it's the King of Pentacles who knows the truth about you.
I'm sure he's dissuaded men from dating me, baby. He's also done the same for women who wanted to date me. This guy is like Colonel Tom Parker guarding Elvis from the fucking hands, except I'm not. Okay, I'm not really Elvis. I used to be fatter, and oh, never mind. So you can see why there needs to be. Oh, dear God, hear my prayer. Get me out of this. Thanks, amen. Jim. Hi, Jim.
Do that too funny. Used to do that a long time ago until somebody told me one day you don't need to pop your nose. Journalistic integrity, okay, that this man has not been adherent to. If he is any type of journalist, a lot of journalists get in front of the camera and they speak about what they know to be true, their beliefs, their opinions based off of their study and research.
I'm not sure if you heard all that. It's a little complicated with what the woman just said. She started talking about an entirely different person, and I know which one she's talking about, says I know him too. And then she started saying things. Never mind. This is kind of why this isn't admissible exactly. It's also why my friend, who's pretty sure he's MI5. I'm not sure. I think he's MI5. He's definitely not MI6 because he's gay. I'm not privy to the things that he's been saying. Privy. I'm not. Yeah, it's not something I know. But I also know that he's not talking to me either. He can't talk to me. And then he and this other guy, who I won't say who, have argued about me. And they've done all this almost in front of me. And they don't do it with me or to me because they can't. Those are the rules. It's infuriating.
And this King of Wands was like, no, don't do it. You have no idea, maybe anywhere from 3 to 5 men. Because we had the 5 of Cups, 3 of Cups, 4 of Cups.
Objection. I do have some idea, as I've demonstrated. She says I have no idea. No, I got a little bit of a clue. 3 to 5 men. Yeah, there's actually 7.
Restricted you from personal and professional now, but see, it's an emperor that has prepared an exit for him because of what he has lied and said about you.
I know who that is. Hello, sir. Hi. He's mad because I don't want to take his daughter off his hands or fall victim to his traps so I can go to prison, and then he can blame me for her being fucked in the head instead of whoever is to blame for that, which would be God, yeah, definitely, yeah. Hi, sir. I won't say your name.
Not happen because when this King of Wands
sorry.
got some sort of phone call from this emperor about whatever connection they had, whatever opportunity he had got from him, and that he was exhausting the connection. He was disbanding and giving up on the partnership. That motherfucker might have threw something at the wall. 6 of Swords. Because, like I said, what you send out, you get back. He made you have to transition.
It's that kind of scene.
From something that you were pursuing. I promise you that. You don't realize it. You in the 4 of Cups. It's some sort of some sort of disillusion, like you don't realize. You don't realize how this man been out here talking shit about you and discrediting you and defaming you. And I'm telling you, it's not about him claiming that you.
I'm beginning to clue in. Yeah, like seriously. Really beginning to figure it out. I don't want to say that I'm overly proud that I don't have any diseases, but it does make certain opportunities available to me that wouldn't be there otherwise. For example, I can be rescued by a woman or a lady or a girl or all 3. And I can go to sleep with them and not have to worry about giving them a disease because at this point I'd be willing to take a brand. I remember this. I didn't enjoy it. There's pages on asgab.co.za where the owner of the site, Azray, is claiming that I have AIDS. Like a lot. Probably because he thought I did have AIDS. I don't have AIDS. Nor am I likely to get AIDS. And I'm glad. And then the owner of the site saying that I have AIDS. I mean, do I need to sue him for defamation? I hope not. Hey, why don't you put this one in one of your little fucking cartoons?
From you, whether it was professional or social, he has blocked you from having friendships, being invited places, interacting with certain types of people. And this one didn't hack you too now, but I'm telling you.
I have nowhere to go right now. I can't go to either of the truck stops near my house. I can't go to neighbor Shane's house. I've been trespassed. I can go to 1, 2 houses that are to my east, but only in the sense that I pretty much just knock and wave. I don't know them very well. And in the future, I probably won't be able to go there either, because obviously I would need some sort of story to explain where I'm going to go or what my identity is going to be. I don't know. I don't really know how these things are done, but they're not usually done in fucking public. This time, it's a little awkward. I don't have any exact plans on how this is going to work out. I'm just laying here in a house with no food, no water, no sanitation, no hope, no future, crawling with bugs, and the people who know anything about me can't call me, and the people who are blocking the calls that are coming in, they want me to die and go to prison or both, and be the person who has AIDS so that they don't have to explain where they got AIDS from. I guess that's the story so far, is what I've heard, which isn't exactly gospel, but it does seem to be consistent since it's been going on for fucking years.
He know he was giving people an unclear meaning about you. He was not telling the truth. 3033, that's that Holy Trinity energy again, because he didn't want people to see you as a divine high priestess who's in alignment. But pride goes before destruction, a haughty spirit before a fall. Alignment, 3111, that's his energy. You don't really stand on the right side of things if you're not advocating and going hard for what I believe, what I say is true. He has taken that stance with folks. 3131.
No.
Truth. So you allow people to flow and balance the scales however they choose to, but you give them the proper divine Holy Spirit filled tools. Okay.
It's kind of weird when I'm watching YouTube and somebody who's doing a reading is clearly doing something that's targeting me. There's really no doubt that this reader doesn't know me at all, but she's definitely targeting. I don't want to use that word. She's definitely using her psychic powers. She's definitely doing that on my actual life, my actual situation. This isn't a fantasy. It's, I'm going to say it's remote viewing. It's a real thing that people really do, and it's weird. Also, I'm looking at bugs on my ceiling. Bugs. The house is crawling with insects and not vermin, thankfully, but I need to not live here. I need to not be here. The people who are watching and enabling this, they think that's fucking funny. Yeah, well, it is kind of funny.
Having a understanding of what they face and go through, which will lead to certain decisions. See, he be on that type of shit to the public now. But you ain't shit behind the scenes to him. You are the epitome of everything that he claims people should look away from even when
Yeah, so he doesn't care that I'm in a house that he deliberately sent people in to destroy. He doesn't care that if I keep on living here, I'll die. He doesn't care that money was spent to live here. He doesn't care that I spent time moving all my stuff down here to... I thought I was gonna live here for a long time. He thought I was gonna be fucking thrown in fucking jail and in prison. He thought I was gonna be gotten rid of. Number one, no. Number two, I can't live here. I cannot live here. I'd like to go somewhere else right now. I literally have nowhere else to go. It's actually not that bad. However, it is, once again, I'm looking at bugs on my ceiling. It's fucking gross.
But baby, it's only beginning for him. Objective in reverse, because see, people got a subjective perspective about you.
Good. I don't know what's going to happen when people hear this. Some people are listening to it right now. Hi. And I don't know what they think about what they're hearing. But this has been the situation for years. And it is growing increasingly untenable, increasingly uncomfortable. My income has been blocked for almost 6 months. Can't really live here with nothing. And I don't know who decided it would be a great idea to block things off, but they sure as fuck did so. I guess it was people who stole from me. And then I don't know who's investigating that, but somebody sure as fuck should get on that. And I don't know who the fuck Kathy Watkins thinks she is, but she came over here and taunted me with my own weed, claimed that she no longer had my computer that I was told that she stole, has been here 3 times and then doesn't come back except to taunt me with things that she stole, because she's a thief who pretends to be married to Shane Watkins and pretends she's not named Kathy Watkins. I've met her. It's Kathy Watkins. Hi, Kathy. I guess you don't think I belong here. I guess you don't think I get to have things. I guess you think you get to steal things. I guess you do, Chatty Catheter Kathy. I don't fucking care. You're rude. You're impolite. I don't care for your attitude. And I'm sure you don't care for mine, because otherwise you wouldn't have stolen my fucking weed.
And I'm telling you, you ain't skipped a beat when it comes to you telling people like it is. You also to the way that we want them to, but you definitely talk about flow. You definitely talk about water, and to sometimes turn sideways when you in the ocean. So them waves, that tide won't.
Speaking of water, I paid a bunch of money to Shane and his wife, Shane and Kathy Watkins. I know her name's Kathy because mail came here addressed to her, and I met her once, and she came over here and got high, and she acted like she's not living next door, and that she and her partner didn't sell this place to the Michael Kuzi Special Needs Trust. I don't know if she knows that I'm Michael Kuzi. When I first met her, she said she thought my name was David.
Possess how centered you are. He ain't disturbing your chi. No matter what they say or do, they will never beat you, baby. 37, because you got alien DNA, and your energy is golden.
Way to put me on Front Street, lady.
Final message, Holy Spirit. And you believe in them spiritual baths, baby. You believe in that drop of bleach in your water, that dab, that dollop, to wash them spiritual attachments away that people be sitting at you, the evil eye, and the things that they be doing and saying.
I'd rather believe in the
and it's like they was trying to sit and see what was going to happen. But behind that is jail, and behind that is get them, and behind that is the fetish is real. Because I'm telling you, this one did some shit now. This one did some shit to you now. But if it doesn't apply, let it fly. He been behind some things, and people know it too. But again, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. Take only what resonates. Leave the rest.
So, Shane Watkins, Kathy Watkins, Michael Van Dieven, Kirsten and Elizabeth Hall. Hi, Kirsten. I think she's married to somebody. There's Dave and David. I won't say their last names. There's Michael Deacon. And there's, there's Lewis. There's more. And these people are all involved in a seriously clever charade of betrayal and indignity. And, I'm going to say it's really I love all these people. It's really a romantic story at the end of it. But at the moment, they're all trapped in this web of Chinese finger-pulling puzzles, and they can't get out of it. And they've started to maybe feel bad about what they've done. But ultimately, they don't feel bad for me at all, since they're all going to have to answer to their to their supervisors and maybe lose their jobs. Whereas I'm going to squirt out like a watermelon seed between two fingers, probably go live with my sweetie, and then get a bath and get to laugh at them for the next 4 or 5 years while they have to deal with the consequences of what they've done. Hi, I'm Michael Kuzi. I approve this message. Click.
return or make amends? Is this the future or is this how it will end? In chaos and riots, the screeching machines, no right and no wrong, and no in between, fall one by one. The queens who run through, Los Negros, mi amigos, everything's cool, everything's chaos and riots, the screeching machines, no right and no wrong, and no in between, fall one by one. The queens who have ruled, Los Negros, mi amigos, everything's cool, everything's everything's
I mean, on the one hand, it is tremendously stimulating, and on the other, it's fucking unlawful, illegal, in particularly piss poor taste. I don't know exactly like what effect was intended, or if there was it a reflex? Was it part of a script? Are they her brothers? You know, like Bo and Luke had Daisy Duke. Did Bo and Luke ever shout at somebody to stay away from Daisy? I have no idea. I didn't watch the show that much. Like sands through the hourglass, these are the days of our lives.
This is someone who needed for you to know that other people wanted them. It's like...
Yeah.
The fact is, we've come here right now. Millions of us light workers have incarnated on this planet.
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
Of course other people wanted you or want you, but none of this is about nobody else. It was purely about you and that person. And this is and that person couldn't, like, it's like unnecessary drama or jealousy. It's like...
Right. Chicks love that shit. They really do. They really, really do. Because it's not really unnecessary. It's simply there. I've seen this before, and I know what it feels like to have people hating me for getting the hot girl to be interested in me. They want to know how I did it. I must have cheated. I must have been breaking the law. They must have to, take all my money and shit. It's the same dynamic I've had multiple times in my life. I didn't really notice it before, and now that I see it, I think it might be a gypsy curse. It might be from being the bloodline prince descendant of Hercules. It could be because I've got a perverse sense of humor that thinks this entire dialogue is relentlessly hilarious. Since I don't know what anybody might have thought, but the reason why I haven't selected a new sweetie to get all snuggly with is because I haven't wanted to yet. And when I choose to, it happens. I don't give a fuck how bad I smell or what I have in the bank account. Those are things that get me addressed. Throwing more blockages up. Well, damn, I guess you got that much time in the day. Hopefully they'll still have time to get back to their backbreaking schedule of telling me to get a job. When will they find the time in the day? It goes by so quickly.
Survivor. It's like if
in a
relationship,
kind of
if that person is not being beat up, that person don't think you love them. But if you're beating and abusing this person, then they feel loved and cherished by you. It's almost like that type of energy. And
well, it's that kind of town, and I'm not enjoying making her wait. I'm not thrilling to the agony of listening. It's pretty tedious, even for me at this point. It's gone on way too long. Nevertheless, it's significantly better than being arrested when I get close to the place. It's way better than making her think I don't care. No, she's like the hottest thing since the sun. I go to jail and the judge says, my court date is in 3 weeks. I literally tell him, are you out of your fucking mind? You're going to leave me here for 3 weeks? Fuck you. He then says, okay, no bail, which was actually what I had in mind. I didn't want bail. If I'd had bail possibility, I would have been sitting there content to be exonerated at trial, etc., etc. I would have been thinking about how to get out and get in those pants. I know myself. It's not even the pants. It's not even some kind of magic spell. I like her. Now, I don't know when she's going to figure that out, but all of the people who are listening to me days on end, marking my plans and figuring out how to stop me from getting forward in life, they can all take note of the tremendous success at taking my money and telling everybody I'm a creep and preventing me from getting clean is done. Oh, it's done a spectacular job of stopping me from falling head over heels in glorious infatuation with. I don't want to say sex puppet because too many P's, but I think she could get a merit badge in ecstasy.
At all. This is like someone saying,
what?
I'm going to kill myself. I'm going to take all of these pills if you leave.
This isn't sad. No. This is life. I feel like I'm 18, except effective. And she could have been 812. One of them nasty ancient witches. It looks like she's a young child, but underneath she's got like warts and a bad limp. No, that's not how magic works. She's got a paralyzed arm and pustule. No, I'm kidding. That can happen though. And then if a person takes advantage and then behaves badly, the witch energy will leave the vessel behind, and it'll start to decay, and the person will start to notice that things are wrong, but they won't know that they're dating a corpse. It's not gonna happen like that. I don't think. I really don't think. No. That might be what she was thinking about having to do, or that might be what was about to happen. But at some point she's going to hear, hi. And she's either going to hear this or the people in town are going to talk about it. Since, I'm not just making it up, it's real. And the covenant's real, but they don't even know who that's with anymore. They don't care. They just want to get rid of me so they can make their whatever. And then the woman that they thought was a big deal before, she's a big deal somewhere else. I don't want to mess with that whole thing. And since people have thought I have done so, they've been paying attention there instead of to the super big ultra hottie. It's like 4 miles away. This isn't sorcery. This is just magic hunting.
3 of Wands energy. You just felt like, imagine yourself seeing a future with someone, destiny with someone. I mean, sometimes you can meet someone and it feel like you've known that person your entire life, but you don't know that person at all. You could have just met that person, though that is your soul and that person's soul recognizing each other. So you could be soulmates, right? You also could be meeting what they would call a twin flame.
Yeah, I know all about this. This is my bread and butter. And then I figured out a way to solidify that connection rather than have it vanish, which has happened before. Hey, wait, what happened to the roo? Boo-hoo. That happens all the time. The switcheroo. The change up. The abduction while sleeping. The eye line changes from directly into your eyes to 45 degrees to the left. The vehicle changes from pale pink to mauve. She's got a different color cat or something. That shit can happen. What I'm hoping is that she gets like a different set of guardian angels. Ones that are way, way more loose and slutty and not so enforcement minded. Because I'm thinking about turning this mother out and bringing down the walls of Jericho. Why not? One of the few things that isn't hackneyed.
You is trauma. It's pure trauma to the point that it transformed your whole life. It killed the old you.
Yeah.
Because the old you is no longer of use. You had to become brand new. It's like a rebirth.
Cool.
Boss, sell me a diagnostic scanner for $1,000.
$1,000.
Wow.
This is the type of person. But then at the same time, it's something there that you're so magnetized. You know, that person is so magnetized to you, and you are so magnetizing to that person. But a lot of times in these twin flame situations, it's very toxic. A twin flame, most of the time, are coming in to set you up, steal from you, take from you, and possibly even try to set you up on your life, kill you, that type of thing.
That's exactly what it was. She thought I was talking too much, and people were looking at me funny, so she had to protect herself by phoning it in, because she knew that if anybody knew what she was actually feeling, they'd be kind of suspicious of her for the rest of her life, since she's not supposed to like people like me. She's supposed to hate people like me, since I could be, casting magic. Well, I guess that happens. I wasn't doing that at all. I was doing the opposite. I was making it less likely that I would be interesting, because I needed to go to jail, and I could tell there was some sort of enhanced attraction there, which, well, damn, now that I got that, maybe I can enhance my dick. I don't know. Apparently that's something that they have to worry about here. I don't know if she's allowed to do that kind of thing, but if she's gonna try and set me up, I might as well help it along. And then, well, I don't know. Does she have money? Does she have magic powers? Does she have a dick? I don't know. But setting me up to go to jail again, not really want that. How about a pregnancy scare? Or, some kind of gypsy curse that opens the hellmouth. Yeah. Or, well, since I have the covenant, I don't have to worry about the important thing being broken, but the person who's kind of insane in the membrane and going to go blend her when she finds out that, yeah, I could care less. Like, whatever. Maybe that will turn into a gorgon and start stabbing somewhere else in another county, which would be, I think that would be romantic. I'm not sure. But what's definitely not going to happen is me going up there and getting arrested by those two guys who said, "Don't come back or you're going to be arrested," because they were very clear. Painfully so. Ugh. Seriously. I would have been crawling there on my whatevers and said something stupid probably. "Can I take a shower?" Literally, I don't have any other clothes. I don't have any money. Why am I going there at all, right? Well, to be humiliated, for her to say, because she's mad, of course, because it's been so long. Except, why would she be mad? Oh yeah, because she was hoping for something good. This is good. This is good. This is good. This is exciting. This is fun. This is content for an all-new 5 Minutes with Jackstar. Soon to be award-winning episode where, irrespective of whether I make any bones with this girl or not, I don't know. I really don't know if I will. Irrespective of that, I'm mentioning to Global Freemasonry and World Jewelry that they might have laid it on a little thick with Little Michael Kuzi. They might have. Just a little bit. And whether that rises to the level of hate, it's not for me to say. Certainly if everybody else is oozing and seething with inner hatred, and I'm not, maybe there'll be a boomerang effect where she'll, well, I'm aiming for taking me home to the bathtub and asking if she can cleanse the royal penis, to which I will say, "Oh, no, that'll be fine. I'll take care of myself. Tell me about what you like," and then I'll cleanse myself ritualistically while listening intently to her harsh desires. As a Virgo rising, this is natural to me. And at this point in the fantasy, I still don't have to break the covenant, or have sex, or get tested. And I need a secretary anyway, so I still have my options wide open on the table. It doesn't have to be a bond of sexual gluttony yet. It could just be I recruit her to my corporate structure and I get information from her on how I infiltrate the town's finances and embezzle the whole stinking fucking lot of them for every fucking penny they got without being at all obvious about it. Now, just between you and me, that doesn't sound sexy at all. It sounds boring as fuck. But since everybody will be afraid of me using drugs on her, or me knocking her up, or me leaving town and not revitalizing, they won't be paying attention to the part that's my favorite part, where she realizes that, oh, that's what sorcery is. It's like being a creep, except effective. And then at some point, we're looking for the proverbial gusher.
3 to 6 month period. And you can
I plan on growing within a much shorter period.
grow so much. You can grow in 6 months or 3 months dealing with a toxic twin flame or toxic soulmate than you have ever transformed and grew in your entire life, regardless of your age.
Attention, advertisers. Tadalafil is not my choice. There's this other one I read about. I forget what it's called, but it's some mixture of like 4 or 5 of these fucking prick pills. I'm thinking about trying some sort of magical alchemical transformation and combining with this stuff called adrafinil, which is legal. It's similar to modafinil, which is prescription, and nothing like CM, which, as many know, is the gold standard for fucking your brains out. I don't want to do that at all. Shit no. I don't know what she wants to do. I don't care. I want to do the thing that is lawful and not going to get me in trouble, and then no one expects, so that when they try to bust me for whatever the fuck, they come up empty, and then they have to watch me drive away, gnashing and wailing their teeth, knowing that I'm going to plow the living daylights out of this. Like seriously, really pretty girl. It's not about proving anything to anybody. Okay, so I want to make Grapefruit's sister really, really, really jealous, so that she doesn't swallow her tongue, but she starts projectile vomiting like in The Exorcist, a whole bunch of Krugerrands that she's been saving up, and then she passes out, and then she wakes up with no money and a strong sense of humility and the realization that, I'm not gonna break up with her sister. More on that later.
Manipulations.
There's nothing innocent about what's going on here. It's either going to be rapacious, violent fornication all day for days, or I'm going to start spawning children. Hopefully some demon spawn, and that can cause a lot of problems, since I'm already involved in another family of demon spawn, and the covenant only covers so much. There can be a lot of complications. I already know there's complications, since these 2 sheriff's deputies stuck their heads out of the windows of their cruisers and said, "Don't come back or we're going to arrest you." Honestly, I don't even know if that's illegal or was a bad idea. It's the refrain and the motif I'm sticking with, because it's really a safer thing for me to think about, other than I really like her eyebrows. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Oh, no. The information continues.
You drug you through the mud so well and so strategically, because it's like this person put complete thought into their actions towards you, even though they were diabolical actions that were being taken. This is someone who reeled you in and knew what you wanted with them, because they wanted the same thing, but
not quite. She wanted to use her bladed tail to slice off my cock and balls at the peak of her orgasm, and then never think about me ever again, since she was an avowed lesbian, or is one, but can't seem to stop thinking about my penis, since it's the only one she's ever not had. And to some extent, this woman's been running roughshod over my life for years, and I believe pulled up in some fancy yellow sports car for 30 seconds yesterday, without getting out and throwing money at me, just kind of driving by to be what's the word I'm looking for? Intimidating. Yeah. That's the dynamic here. She got shitloads of money. She got a corporation. She's not going to hire me. She's not going to give me money. She's going to mock me for not having money after she's stolen it, and prevent me from getting laid and agonize over my penis, because that's what batshit crazy Totzles super uber witches do in high school. Now it's on steroids. So when the 2 sheriff's deputies say, "Don't come back or we'll arrest you," I know they mean it. And then there's women who are lunatics who are using magical energy to try and get rid of me. So yeah, the woman's hot. Yeah. It's not that I only get one shot at this. I just want to make absolutely sure that I don't mess it up for anybody, since historically that can go badly, very badly. And it already has, given that there was an ambush. Don't want to do another one of those. Then this other woman, who I'm not seeing, I guess she's gone off the deep end. And and I'm not there to deal with that, which is fine, totally fine with me. And the place where she's gone off the deep end at has my backpack, my boots, my kilt, my Altec lensing Bluetooth speaker, $40 in divination quarters, a bunch of other stuff, and doesn't appear to be wanting to give it back. Which, you know, it's just that kind of wacky love story gone wrong. Are you all with me now? Okay. I'm really not wanting to take this much longer with all this, since it's not that I want to get to work on masturbating, but I do know this is gonna. It seems a little bit grandiose and verbose and just like a huge waste of time. Awkwardly enough, that's what I've been thinking about the last several weeks, where mysteriously I can't sell my fucking silver and nobody around here will give me money even though I have some. I'm just supposed to figure it out. Okay, this is me figuring it out and figuring it out again and again without being at all obvious about why I'm doing it, since that would be no longer a secret.
It was soulmate, but this was actually a twin flame. Instead of you letting the situation destroy you, you ended up transforming and elevating from the situation. It taught you things that only life could teach you.
I want her to teach me things that only she can teach
this
my
person
dick.
came not by themselves, but they put people that they've known for a long time in traditions, and you know, whatever their traditional values were could also be off from yours with death and the devil. This could be someone that's into like ritualistic stuff, spell work, control, like anything, dark stuff.
Cool.
But this person utilized the people around them as well in a group to taunt you, to try to torture you, to try to make you envious or jealous or whatever it is that they were doing. It bought a tower. A major tower. This is why this is why you completely transformed out of who you were into who you now are. It's like you don't ever go into a situation anymore without using foresight, without seeing not what they want you to see, not what the other person want you to see or what they're showing you, but you look deeper and you see what the situation actually is. It gave you a type of intelligence and confidence. You know, you can always be independent, but this is even more so. If you ever had any doubts into if I should or if I shouldn't, you automatically know now with your intelligence. You make firm decisions.
Yeah, it's going to be a firm decision, all right. Yeah. And it's going to be several periods of time before I get anywhere close to doing anything actual, since it should probably go on for a really long time in people's memories, whether or not it's happening or not, since there'll probably be a double and a copy and a duplicate and some sort of weird clone from the fucking nether regions. I don't know. Since they're not really anticipating anything remotely like what I'm planning on doing. Spontaneous combustion of a swallowed tongue, combined with payoff of life insurance policies that don't send me to jail, but instead send me to Morocco. Why not? Usually I just kind of be grateful if I can make a squirt, but no money, and I don't really know when that's going to change, possibly never. It's going to be a kind of a hard sell. Don't really want to sell pornography. Don't really want to rob a bank. Actually, I lied. I really like to rob a bank. Don't really care. Don't really care at all. Except for not going to jail. So, you with me here? Don't even know where she is. Can't find her. Everybody in town knows who she is, since she was the bait that said I was too cheaty shy before. And the same people who are not helping me find money or clothes or water, they could all, call her and say, "Hey, you got him on the hook." They could have done that, but instead it was something else. Yeah. I think it'll probably get their attention and make them realize that I'm not to be trifled with. I don't think it's going to be too super sexy at first, but it could be so boring that it makes nightly fellatio seem appealing. I really can't imagine, since maybe she's got a sister.
Gave you the main in your life. Yeah.
Okay, if I had to rebuild my entire studio from scratch, this is exactly how I do it, and since I partnered with PayPal for this,
I have to rebuild it from scratch. Everything I've ever owned.
The betrayal from this situation, because it was a lot of betrayal. It's like you meet someone, but this person is not there to get in a relationship with you or anything. You are a job. But what these people do is they study you. They learn who you are. They learn what you like, or they present what they think you like, or they keep presenting things until it's something that you like. And then they feel like they have you on the hook at that point. And then they start reeling you in. And when I say reeling you in, they want to see if they can control your emotions, your nervous system. Because if they can control your emotions by pulling strings, so this person was in this energy right here, pulling strings and trying to see how far they could go, how much they could get away with, that type of energy. And then they started introducing other females or other males into the equation that was supposed to have been just you and them. Or you know, what you've seen as you and them. You could have also wanted something more traditional, but you're dealing with someone, I just heard a scoundreler, someone who's not traditional. This is someone who put on the face of being traditional. That means that when they are in public, they are traditional. But who they really are, or when they are working, they are traditional. But who they really are is they have demonic attachments and sexual demonic.
Perfect. This is exactly what we're looking for.
This is a masculine energy that you're dealing with. This is someone that love don't really mean anything to this person. It's like this person have been trained or grew up or have had their heart broken and shattered into many pieces.
Did they go to public school?
So they have some type of protection up on them where they don't feel anything or they don't accept anything. It's like even if they do feel something, they don't show it. They keep it on the inside, and then they make the relationship a power struggle type of thing. This is the type of person that will punish their partner because they have feelings for them, because they love them.
So the partner that she had before, if we transmute that energy and make it into partnering with my dick, they'll probably be real disappointed that that happened. And I'll be real happy about that, since I was disappointed before when all my money disappeared, all my friends stopped calling, all the people that I thought I was going to do things with wouldn't call me back. Yeah, that's probably going to be real disappointing. Maybe they could get a lucrative side hustle and fill that gap.
You know, expensive toys they can buy, how many women they can have, and it's just about showing off. So you were only going to be an object in this person's life. And as soon as they were done playing with you, you would go up on the shelf. And that's when they introduced all of this mental anguish into the relationships, the third parties, and the other people, and just everything else that they did.
Well, that's cool. And now I get to do that in a way that won't be at all obvious, since I guess I could just never see him again. I guess I could... I could talk to the person who knows exactly who they are and then play it for them and do that either before or after I explain to them that this is kind of a big waste of time, but I don't have to do that necessarily. Not gonna lie, this is way more fun than going down to Kinko's and working my resume.
But they come in as mirroring a soulmate, someone sent from the divine, like a divine union. Because for some of you, that's the only way you could have seen a family dynamic with this person. Now, this is someone that was very attracted to you. This is someone who strongly feels that you have virtues that they have never seen.
And I'm effective, which probably hasn't worked out before, since I have a dick. And then typically women who are witches, who are part of a coven, who cast spells on men to fuck up their lives, typically that's not something that they're fond of because reasons. And I don't really need them to be that way. In fact, I happen to like women who don't like dick, because I don't really like dick either. So since I can't go back there or else I'll be arrested, making a strong, passionate social statement on YouTube without making any money at all and going way overboard, explaining the dynamics of magic, and she's got this cute voice that's it's not like high pitched and squeaky at all. It's more like she's like really trying to hold in some sort of energy and not reveal that it's irritatingly awkward that I'm a attractive man instead of just some sort of scumbag one. Since I didn't actually go there to get ensorcelled by this. I wanted to go to jail, and then I figured that would be too hard, and then I found myself not wanting to go to jail, so I went to jail. And she thought I was dumb for going to jail by being too chatty, because I was. I probably could have gotten all kinds of stuff done that day. And since then, no money, no bath, no clothes, no sensibility, and other people who I didn't care for showing up. So that's is it hate? It's hard. Thank God I'm not trying to investigate a hate crime, because I think it's going to be hate after I get to the point where I make the energy into what I prefer, which is something that works for me And no telling what that's going to be. Yeah, no telling at all. I think it'll be something that's unmistakably contemptuous and non-hostile, non-violent, and unmistakably nothing I'd be wanting to do instead of learn how to dance with this girl. But apparently that's a big problem, since I could probably do it for quite a long time. I like being friends with people. Huh. Well, if I can't be friends with that person who I'm not supposed to ever see again, and she was set up to kill me too, and then the woman she pulled on, I think that the only possible way that it can't work is if I insist on having a three-way with her mother, which I don't need to insist on that at all. Now, I'm not going to say so mote it be, because I think that's hackneyed, but what you've just heard me do is a bunch of sorcery, which doesn't sound like much of anything at all. And I don't really mind if it works or not. And it's not really meant to be super wonderful to listen to, since it's one of them ongoing things that I'm sort of learning how to do. And I'm also kind of distracted by, well, I don't want to say it because, wow. Damn. I sure am glad I'm disciplined, because otherwise I'd be having a real hard time not touching myself. Which is creepy, right? That's okay. I think it's kind of creepy that my former lover's been living with this guy pretending to be me and not letting her call me, while she hates me for abandoning her with this person who shouldn't have been doing what he's doing anyway, while nobody could tell me what was going on, since they were ordered not to by... Oh. Well, let's not answer that. I've actually achieved the sympathetic union of the divine masculine and the sacred feminine with the inner child quite some time ago. And yeah, I'm cool if she had a dick. That'd be fine. Probably not. I haven't really thought that far ahead, but who's that? Oh, a 12-second voicemail. Probably didn't say anything good. Well, I could buy scratch tickets.
In a sick and twisted way, protect their hearts. Because if they dirtied you up and then got with you, nobody else would. Someone taking their toy, we're taking their woman, we're taking their man, taking from them, or being able to. But you have integrity. That came out at the very beginning. Justice was on the bottom of the deck. This person didn't have this person to be together. There's also other paths. There's also two other paths. It's not just that one path, because things do change. It depends on what path you take. And you were headed down that path, and then this person rocked your world unnecessarily. And you thought that it was very cruel, immature, childish, and it was very dangerous what this person did. This person put you in harm's way.
That's okay. That's how I realized that I had to do something about it, since, well, nobody else was somebody I picked, and nothing else authentic was coming by, and nobody gave me a bunch of money, and a really fancy, expensive sports car drove up in front of my house and then drove off. And people do have money, but they don't seem to give it to me. And maybe it'll be they'll offer me money to stop anything. I really have no idea. Oh, I know. They could bring back my stolen property. They could give me back the stuff they've taken. They could give me a job at anywhere. They could. I have no idea. But continuing to try and frame me for crimes that aren't even crimes for me, and imagine that that's going to do anything other than give them an opportunity to engage in the activity while not bothering me at all. It's kind of hard to explain to them that there's no point in trying that, since I just know what they're doing. And it's kind of fun, and it takes a whole day and a half to set up. Seems like just a way to drag ass and kill time while they're hoping that I die or something. It's not real imaginative at this level of drug and sex-crazed sex cultism. Nothing else happens, since it's all frozen in place. And to break out of that rut, it's very difficult, and usually pretty much impossible, without burning down the house, or causing great strife, or risking a global war, or having a demon baby, or marrying your lover's sister, or Revealing your unrequited love for Tiffany Trump. That kind of major heavy-duty player stuff. Usually not entirely possible, but I think I've really knocked it out of the park on this one. Since I relieved my friend's father of his military command, which I technically don't have the authority to do, but I said so anyway, publicly, and a couple other things I did too. So, Did I mention I don't like being ambushed?
They weren't seeing you clearly. They were looking at your outer appearance. They weren't. It's like they didn't see your strength. They didn't think that you had the willpower or the do it all. Yeah, you know, it's going back to you being balanced in your femininity and your masculinity. Like doing humiliation rituals on you and being a part of humiliation rituals on you would make them feel better. But every time this person did something diabolical to you, it made the...
Yeah, that's usually what happens when you drive away somebody who likes you. But I kind of needed to have that happen since I couldn't really take her to jail with me. She would have killed me by now. She would have stabbed me. Sometimes women do that. They just start going stabby, stabby. It happens. Yeah. I don't want that to happen. I'm not sure what I want to do. Yeah. But neither was she, since hadn't come back yet. But that was largely because I didn't want to go to jail. And well, I am filthy, so it's a bathtub or bust. Yeah, it's those two sheriff guys. Since every time I think about calling the sheriff's office and complaining about how they treat me, I realize it's not going to get me in bed with her any faster. And maybe she realizes that that's the main sticking point there, since I guess she called them. Why did she do that again? Oh, because there was a possible threat that I was using some sort of magic crystal to make her fall in love with me. But I wasn't. What a strange, peculiar way of courting somebody. I guess that's why it's probably going to work. My understanding of these rituals is that the sex component is kind of beyond somebody's control. They just kind of like lose their sense of self and become raging cock goblin super sluts, which I'm willing to try for myself. It doesn't have to be that way, of course. There's also the possibility that they have a good head on their shoulders and become a really competent secretary that can help me create a corporate structure and then get a whole bunch of business loan money that I can form a corporation that'll preserve my legacy. But it's a little difficult to focus on that since that's so practical. And there's a completely other direction I'd rather be going. It's really kind of hazy in my head when I think about it. And the other people that used to be involved in any way at all, including the woman with the really expensive car who drove up into my house and then drove off. I can give a fuck. Don't care at all. Other than I want their money. So. Yeah, this is ridiculously effective. I mean, it does seem like it's taking a really long time. How long have we been doing this here? Oh my god, 2 hours and 37 minutes. This is going to be a epic offering of the 5 minutes with Jackstar experience. All the better since somebody else isn't part of it and won't be part of it and can't be part of it. Don't really want to talk about that since it's an ongoing case and it's none of my fucking business. But they did tell me to get a job, so I won't.
And your people, because this person was working with other people, dirtying up your name. It's like they made decisions and they planned. I told you this wasn't like spare the moment things. These are the actions that this person took was very well. They were methodical. It's a pattern of thinking.
This woman in Kansas City searched her name and found $6.1 million in unclaimed money. Like, what?
Cool.
It's like this person wanted to break you down. Instead of this person breaking you down, you broke out of your shell. You had a rebirth. And you completely transformed and elevated higher than this person.
She's not that short.
I just heard weaponized. This person was weaponizing, or thought that they would weaponize the love that you have for them, the compassion that you have for them. But this is also, this person lust for you. I have the Queen of Wands out here.
Oh, good.
Lovers. This person is in a lot of lust. Whether this was with other people within this group, this organization.
This is what the kids want to see. This is what the money's
person knows is lust, not love. This is why a lot of mirror energy was out here.
Perfect.
This is like, it's like this person want to come in and explain what happened, the actions that them in a group was taking towards you, the things that they did to deceive you. The things that they did working out of their shadow side, I'm getting government. This could be undercover CIA agent, something like that.
Perfect.
This person was really sent in from like the government. So this person was doing a job.
That's exactly what I
But
thought.
lusting after you as well. A part of their job was to lust, was to pull you in. So whatever it is that you're doing or that you believe in, like for instance, if you're someone who, if you give messages like this right here, then this person would study or just already know about this, and they would mirror back to you terms that you may use in your work, like twin flame, like soulmate. You see what I'm saying? And project that out, project that energy out to you. That was this person's job to do. When really, it could have been this person was just lusting after you, or their job was to pretend as if they were lusting after you, but you were actually in using integrity and truth with this person. But this person came in as a character because they were sent in by like the government. This could be like a CIA agent, something like that.
Perfect.
This is why there were so many lies and deceit that was going on, because these people were your hidden enemy. They were here to like literally kill, steal, and destroy. This was a mission that they were here to do, and it had already been planned out. They were working with someone else, this lover that came into you, whether it's the government, the CIA, whatever, same thing.
As I said,
The CIA is over the government, so yeah, something like that. They came in to kill, steal, and destroy, but they were definitely working with agencies and other people. They were in a group. They made plans. Everything they did to you was very methodical and thought out. It could have come from an actual playbook that they actually have, how they break down an individual. Like they were literally trying to break you down. At a cellular level, they also wanted to isolate you. This was all about betrayal. This was all about taking. That's why some of you lost your careers, your jobs, your money, your life savings, your retirement when you met this person. This person, this is what they came in to do. Still, a part of their job was to mesmerize you into thinking, like they knew your thought. Your thought was, I can see me having a family with this person, a future with this person. But the whole time they were hidden, he or she was a hidden enemy in your life. Being sent in to break down your barrier, break everything down. And these were secrets, like top secret. I'm hearing top secret. Yeah, this could be like a CIA agent. Yeah. You realize that every opportunity was not an opportunity. It's like you had to use your intuition to, I just heard bounce back. You made a judgment call because you knew that this person was deceiving you.
And within nearly 5 years as
like
Native American, we don't get
they needed you
half-price
in some type
cigarettes
of
or
depression.
fireworks even once.
They needed you to lose everything. They needed you homeless as well. It's like somebody wanted to experiment, but you called judgment on this situation. You walked away and you stood in your power and you had to rebuild your abundance back up. Because this person, the things that this person came in and destroyed your career, your money, just opportunities, just everything. This person broke you down, like without you looking the way they wanted you to look, and this is because of your protection. You also, I mean, it's like this whole situation, because this is all about personal development, this Ace of Wands as well. Opportunities, all of that, but this is more about the skills, like life lessons or whatever it is that you're doing, what you learned from a situation and how you now carry yourself. You gain from this situation, this heartbreak, but you gain from it.
She almost gained a pigeon.
This is like, you really seeing yourself settling down. This could be someone new as well, because with the Ace of Cups, talk about a new relationship. So it's like someone wanted to damage you in a way that, and make you dirty in a way that no one else would want you. But that's not what's happening. They also wanted to damage you, like your mind, your thinking, how you go about like make decisions in relationships or make decisions or love someone, wanted you to be blocked off from love. Love is how you manifest anything. The wicked manifests in life from rituals and blood sacrificing, someone dying, something like that. This is also a tradition that this person came from as well, because we kept getting that this is, some type of tradition that this person came from. And this person watched you manifest in your life in integrity, energy right here. Very happy, successful energy right here. And it's like someone is going to be sitting back watching your life unfold in this beautiful way after they played with you so diabolically, to the point that you had no choice. Like your nervous system, everything within you, your cells regenerated, and your heart on the inside of your body, your cells jump into action. Because they jump into action because they're fighting off those bacteria or whatever it is that's threatening to come in and harm your immune system or your body in some type of way. It just jump into action. You don't have to say, body, protect me from this virus that's trying to attack my body. You don't have to say that from this person, but now you're not so trustworthy anymore.
If you're a busy dad pulling long shifts, skip the gym guilt. All you need is just 15 minutes a day of military workouts. That's how you
Now you can love someone and know that love is just a word, and know that it's okay. That's just how I feel. Every time I feel something, I don't have to act on it. Like, I don't have to go and marry that person. I don't have to go and sleep with that person. I don't have to be in a relationship with that person. It's just a feeling. Because love is really action. So love is an action word. If that person is not showing you who they are or showing you the love that they say that they have for you, then you know that what you feel for them would never be mirrored back to you the same way you are giving it to them. They don't have the same intentions as you. So one, you learn how to take all of that and give it back to yourself, but you're not closed off to love. There's a new relationship coming in, but this time it's like you have boundaries. But see, sometimes you can meet people because but I do have boundaries, and I did have, use all the precautions that you would use when meeting a new person, and all this stuff still happened. But it's like now you learn, you have something that's built into you now, or you learn how to listen to spirit, listen to the voice of God, listen and be guided. It's like where you may have felt love for someone, and when you love someone, especially when it's new, you have those butterflies on the inside, and it's like you just want to be with that person every day. You want to talk to them every day. You want to be in close proximity of them every day. That's just what you want, because you feel like their presence is there. You feel them there, right?
Oh, I get it.
It's like now
This is the inverse version of what my intended was feeling, where she didn't have that capacity before because it was bleached out of her, but now it's an inverse mirror of mine that's being programmed into her, which will be accessed after some sort of cathartic sexual event. Which doesn't that sound weird? That sounds pretty weird, but nevertheless, this is how it works.
Choosing that person, it is protecting that person in a way that you understand that the only way you can have a harmonious household and life of bliss and a successful family and marriage and stability is if you have peace and harmony. And the only thing that bring in truth is the only thing that can bring peace and harmony. It's like you were dealing with someone that was so used to deceiving. They were so used to, it was a game. Everything was a mask and everything was a game. Even in the bedroom, even in their home, even in their relationship, everything was a game. Everybody always somebody trying to one up someone no matter what. It was never just what it was. And this person felt that energy from you, that maturity, that final decision. It's like, this is something that they envied in you as well, because they seen that you were, when you make a decision, that's the decision that you made. You stick with that. And they envied that they could not do that. They wanted you, but then they wanted to see, I just heard a sneak peek. They wanted to see what a relationship with you would be like, if you would be jealous. This person wanted to dirty you up. So that's when they started working with, and for some of you, they were already working with people. They came in because they was coming from the government and the CIA anyway. And this was all about them doing some type of experiment on you.
I wanted to run experiments on my dick.
Projected, or the way they expected for you to act. You never acted that way. And you never allowed yourself to be deceived. As soon as you seen the deceit doing on you, they needed, how you were responding was what they needed. Answers from you. This is why they sent someone in the form of a lover. But at the end of the day, it was just your soulmate. Gossip to your friends. I've known this person very well, but there was something about this person that you really trusted from day one. And when you were not reacting the way they expected for you to react.
Homes and reducing their energy bills, all by letting it run quietly, day and night. If you haven't heard about Nikola Tesla's forgotten invention, listen carefully.
I got one of those in my basement.
Because people are now using it.
I'm Jack. I'm a star. This went on a little long, and at this point I've kind of blanked over the part of infatuation and limerence with somebody who can remain nameless right now. Not really trying to make somebody jealous. Not really trying to change anything because it's already been changed. It would be difficult in the extreme to express my satisfaction with how recent events have unfolded. So here goes. It's already succeeded. There's nothing I need to do differently. Whether I see any of those people before any of the others, I've changed things internally. I can't even talk about it. I don't have to. But I can't. It's not because it's a secret. It's, well, it's kind of naughty. Get a job. Get a job. Lady, I'm a sorcerer. I have a job. Get a clue. Click. Hi, it's Michael. I desire to let you know that I'm not at all disappointed with what you're doing. I think it's fabulous that you can, and I don't mean to criticize you or make you feel anything or cause you to think that you need to feel badly about my point of view on what you're doing, since you probably don't like being observed by somebody who appears to not give a shit when you really deserve to be applauded and rewarded and exalted for whatever it is you do. It's a little crude, but it does work. So I guess you don't have to. And this is what you asked for, except without the time travel paradox, which once again wouldn't work, and if it did, you'd be in trouble, and then it wouldn't even create real money, because that's not how time travel works. Technically, time travel does exist, which reminds me of when it comes up, and I'm guessing the reason he mentions that is because I guess you tried other things to do to make it work, to make money, but it doesn't. It doesn't. Someday I'll tell you about why that doesn't work that way. If it did, I would have been happy to have taken your offer, and I'm sorry about your efforts being not just in vain, but actionable. And please know it's not that you didn't try hard enough, or that I didn't think it was a cool idea. It's just money can't be. They can't make money that way. It just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. Traveling through time or viewing through time. It works for lots of things, but making free money out of nothing so you can sit around trying on your shoes all day. It's just no. And if it did, then you wouldn't like the color. Sorry, now you know. It's not punishment. It's a gift, because I don't have to sue you, and you don't have to suck my dick. Yay! Everybody wins. Good night.